Him?
Mr.
Whoa.
Beast just put out something that I didn't think was one of the brighter things that he said, because he is a bright guy, that's for sure. But I'm gonna read it to you guys and then we're gonna go over it. And it has to do with Twitch. So Mr. Beast would tweet out, he says, "How do we get the YouTube community more tight knit like the Twitch streaming community? They're always collabing, hosting, award shows, etc. Feels like YouTubers are on separate planets." So I'll address this before I address the streamers, the biggest streamers that
I don't know I don't know internationally, but in Brazil, what I always told working at YouTube for 16 years is Snake trying to beat Snake. One trying to push the carpet of the other. That's why no one in Brazil YouTuber community it's friend. That's why.
applied to
And
him.
that's why I quit YouTube for like 5 years and just got back now and in English.
Off top, it's just the size of the platform. Like, if we look at just Twitch, right? In the past month or so, from what I was able to gather, it's about 19.1 million. That's the estimated traffic. That's a lot of people. 19.1 million. However, if you take a look at YouTube, it's 3,038.1 million, which is 3 billion.
Yeah.
3 billion and 38 million. 38 million itself would be twice as big as Twitch. So YouTube is so much bigger than Twitch that it is
Yeah,
damn near.
so if a YouTuber is bigger, so in the count it would be easier and would should have more collabs than Twitch.
Unfathomable. It's like a nation state. It's like comparing Singapore to India, or what's another small nation state like Brunei to the US. Like, this is just light years of a difference in terms of like the different cultures, the different communities and subcultures that can form, etc. Also, Twitch was initially, it was separate, but it was based on gaming. So there's already the gaming sub niche, which when Twitch first started, there were a lot less gamers than there are now, and there was, each game
One
had its
thing
own
that I
community.
didn't
So
know,
like
and I
Fortnite,
just discovered like recently, is that Twitch is the oldest. Which is the name? Oh, thank you, Maria. You know you can comment in the English channel, right? I think it was you, the sub 23. You can comment there. But what I was about to say is that I just knew it now that Twitch was just TV, I think. I don't remember if it is just TV or another one, but it's a stream that I used to use when I was like 9 years old, 10 years old to stream.
Fortnite was gigantic on
And
Twitch.
to
Like,
stream
it went crazy.
to
All the
Twitter.
Fortnite streamers knew each other, and the biggest Fortnite streamers would maybe collaborate on some sort of IRL content. Well, there wasn't really much of a reason before IRL content got brought to the mainstream, or got allowed, not brought to the mainstream, on Twitch, which is around 2017. Before that, you were not allowed to do IRL content. You couldn't just sit on stream and be on your desktop and not play a game. A
Just
game
playing.
had to be playing. It was a gaming only site. So what happens if you are a app? This is before Fortnite. Well, World of Warcraft, that was very big for a long time. Well, if someone's a World of Warcraft streamer, that was big on Twitch. And what else was a really big game on Twitch? Let's just say a League of Legends streamer, right? They may know each other. Maybe there's a crossover. Maybe one played the other game. But in all likelihood, how are you going to collab with that person? They're going to play like your game. What if they don't play the game? So people stayed in their own worlds. Now, when IRL gets brought in, you get a bunch of different shows, you get a bunch of opportunities for collaboration, you get these conventions where people would go, like TwitchCon. Those would be big streams where you would see people interact, like you would see a Dr. Disrespect interact with an XQC, interact
the
with
survey.
a Soda Poppin', interact with a Trainwrecks, who
Oh, I forgot that I was reacting in English after this one. Oh,
streams where you would see
holy moly!
people
I'm from Brazil, but
interact, like
I like to what the gringo scenario, the Ferragni scenario,
you'd see a Dr. Disrespect
and I got the joke.
interact with an XQC, interact with
Holy
a
moly.
Soda Poppin',
I really
interact
got
with
the
a
joke.
Trainwrex, who we'll get into a
I
little
thought
bit later.
I
So you
speak
see
in
all of these different
Portuguese after the
characters
jokes.
like intermingling. And that fostered more of a collaborative environment. But even then, Twitch was still a very small niche community. I mean, we're talking 19.1 million viewers right now, like monthly. Imagine how much it was in even 2018, 2019. And we got a reply from Trainwreck, who is one of the co-founders of Kick, one of the people that he didn't get banned on Twitch. It was in even 2018, 2019. And we got a reply from Trainwreck, who is one of the co-founders.
Trainwreck is one of the co-founders of Kick? I didn't know that. I didn't know Trainwreck a lot. I just know that he has like a really cool apartment, a really cool penthouse. I saw one time his clip and I went to church.
One of the people that he didn't get banned on Twitch, but he had to leave Twitch because of how much backlash. He pretty much had a coup on him, even though he was in his own world. And well, actually, no, he used to run a podcast called The Scuffed Podcast, where he would have a ton of different people just debate different topics. And you would have people from all across the board. Like he would have, and you could look it up, 2018 or so, he had some of the most famous political figures now, political commentators, YouTubers, streamers. You see them all over your feed everywhere on both extremes, on both the left and right. He had them on there years ago. And he said the following: the live streaming community is not tight-knit as a whole. There are beautiful pockets of it here and there, but for the most part, it is all an illusion for the viewers and the paycheck. I hope one day this changes, but for now, everyone pretends to be friends with each other while secretly hoping they fail, or at best, secretly hoping they never do as good or better than themselves. And when they do, these groups will do everything to bring them back down.
That's not different. I stopped going into YouTubers or influential events before I stopped with internet, because it's always the same. You go there, like everyone in his spot with his friends, in his like 3 friends, and when someone turns on a camera, oh yes, you're my friend, yes, I love you, turns out the camera and no one talks with no one anymore.
Most of the mainstream industry is made up of fake transactional friendships to sell as much brain rot content as possible. The happiest and most successful stay in their own lanes because they know that all that is waiting outside of it are hungry, nasty people who paint smiles on their faces for the cameras, waiting to eat them alive in hopes of one day trading places with them. And Trainwreck's somebody that's seen this happen in real time. He's also building his own streaming platform, but he got on partially due to this other guy that was a popular World of Warcraft streamer. He was like good at the game. This guy, Mitch Jones. So he was kind of living with the guy, helping him, doing content. That guy he's one of those people that goes on a cycle where he's like, yo, I'm grinding, guys. You know, I'm going up. He's grinding, and then he gets lazy, and then he not crashes out, but he just gets lazy, does nothing, spends like 6 months or so, makes or goes down to zero in his money damn near, and then comes back and he's like, guys, this time it's going to be different. And it just keeps cycling. And people enjoy him and they find him entertaining. But Trainwreck, he's a grinder. This guy was like, okay, man, you know, like I can't deal. That guy tried to say Trainwreck used him. So Trainwreck wasn't a pariah, but they put like a little bit of a stench on his name from there, but he grinded it out and people were messing with him, and he was doing a bunch of different types of content. He wasn't just exclusively like a gamer. And Trainwreck blew up post 2017, so IRL content was a thing, just chatting was a thing. He didn't do much IRL outside, but he would, a couple of different things he did, like he had that Scuffed podcast, like I said. He had a couple of different shows. He also was famous for watching, he kind of introduced the reaction meta into Twitch. He would just sit there and watch Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares. He's watched everything Gordon Ramsay and racking up a bag. I can't imagine, dude. Imagine the viewership that he had, 10 plus hours a day running ads. Well, the ads weren't hitting like they do post 2020, 2021, but you guys get my point. But he would say certain things that people would find offensive. Not today, but back then, like, you said anything critical of protected groups, even not even critical, even joking, it was seen as like you were the Fuhrer. That's what it was seen as. So he suffered through that, and he came out on the other side. And then when the whole gambling thing came in, you got to keep in mind. So they saw Trainwreck as like, oh, this guy was a sidekick to this other popular streamer, and we're all popular. Now Trainwreck is getting more money than them. He's growing bigger than them. And then the gambling thing comes in, and then they all damn near collude because they're like, wait, this guy doesn't even have to collab with us. He's making more money than us, and he has more viewers than us. And not only is he making more money than them, he's making a disgusting amount more money than them. And they all collude together, and they're like, yo, this thing is evil. This is really bad. Pokimane, Hassan, even Mizkif was one of those people, etc. And Pokimane and Hassan, they have not taken gambling deals, so credit to them for that. They have stood on their own principles when it comes to that. However, Mizkif is somebody that's come around and taken a deal, and there were a lot of other people that have taken deals after that as well. And that could have ruined Trainwrecks, but he went and built. And then you've also got this guy Asmongold, who was a World of Warcraft player, now one of the biggest commentators in general, who says to Mr. Beast, trust me, it's better this way. And Mr. Beast says, LOL. And the thing is, when things are tight-knit, politics get involved, and people can just smear your name and you're cooked because you're all sharing a fan base and an audience. Versus if each person is on their own, then the people are fans of that person, not that person in context of a bigger group. Also, what made it more tight-knit, which Mr. Beast is not considering, is the fact that the majority of streamers, I'm talking about US-based, right, on Twitch, were all based in Austin, Texas. Like these guys, from 2017 maybe onward, they, until 2020, 2021, I think still some of them still live in Austin, Texas. Well, Asmongold grew up there his whole life, but they all lived there. So they would see, it would be easy to just drive to the other person's crib to do content. They would go out on the weekends to 6th Street. They would hang out. So there was this online and offline relationship that they had built in person that's not the same as, you know, just creating content online together. So logistically, it's impossible for a Mr. Beast to make something like this happen. And I think Mr. Beast deserves more credit because he's already made things like this happen for how big YouTube...
he did the window, the glass house. It was in Enaldinho from Brazil went there.
When it comes to scale, like he's done a couple of those videos where he had the most popular YouTubers. Mr. CSantana was in it, Ludwig was in it, kind of like these competition videos where you have the biggest YouTuber in Argentina, you have the biggest YouTuber in Spain, you have YouTubers across different languages, like biggest YouTubers in France, and you have them all together and they're competing. That's something that, like, cross languages, that's something that Mr. Beast did that you can't really do on Twitch because these guys are speaking different languages. Some of them don't understand English, and let's be honest, like the Americans, it's the likelihood that they understand the second language is near zero unless they grew up bilingual. So Mr. Beast has done something like that. And also, if we talk about streaming, I guess you could call him he is a streamer, like Ibai Llanos. He's done like stadium events involving different content creators and streamers and performers and things like that. But he's just in an island all on his own. Like that, if that guy was, well, I don't think he would have as big of an audience if he was just primarily an English speaker. But that guy does not get enough credit. Like that guy winning Streamer of the Year makes sense. Or even if that guy won Streamer of the Decade. I just think maybe he blew up after XQC, so that's why he didn't get Streamer of the Decade. I mess with XQC, so I'm really happy he got that Streamer of the Decade.
I like XQC.
But yeah, it's not what it's not.
I want to watch a video about XQC. Why is the streaming industry is doomed to fail?
It's no secret that the big...
Oh, Jack Dohart OF. Oh, he's going. Asmongold. Asmongold's banning anyone who...
It's gonna get refunded? Yeah.
And I shit you.
Not you! This guy gifted 1,000 subs.
What the fuck? Thank you. I'm literally stun locked.
If I was armor.
If you do that to me, you're getting permanently banned. I'm gonna say it right now.
You look great
Anybody
today.
gifting me 1,000 subs, you're getting permanently fucking banned. Like, I'm sorry, but like somebody doesn't give you $5,000 and not want something out of it. Unless I know that you are a Saudi Arabian prince, you do not do it.
If there's any prince of America, of Arabian here, please donate me.
Well.
Sub.
You have to, like, if you do it, the only way that your ban appeal can come in is if you send me your 1040 from last year.
In your band.
And if it's not 7 figures, you're staying banned.
Hey, it has to be more than that. Like, that's a fuck ton of money.
Someone can ban. I will not ban. I will not ban. If someone wants to send me. Why CSantana will never forgive Bruce, Droop, and Off. I don't know who is that guy. Happy Thanksgiving. Ray J banned on Twitter after threatening wife with gun. What the fuck, man?